So, what if the world you see, the one you interact with every single day, isn't the real world? We're about to dive into a text that suggests there's a whole hidden reality just bubbling under the surface of everything we think we know. And it starts with something as simple as a name. Honestly, this journey might just change how you see, well, everything.
Right off the bat, the source doesn't pull any punches. It hits us with this quote that just flips our whole idea of a name on its head. It says Ali isn't just some label you call someone. No, it's a maqam, a spiritual station, a level of being. Just think about that for a second. It's not about who you are, it's about what you have the potential to become. And if a simple name has that much depth, well, it makes you ask a much bigger question. And that right there is the question that's going to guide us through this whole exploration. If a name has this secret, deeper reality, then what about everything else? The chair you're sitting in, the screen you're looking at, is what we see just a shadow of a much deeper truth? To even begin to answer that, the source lays out a fundamental choice. It describes two different paths, two completely different ways of living and seeing the world. And get this, according to this text, the path you choose doesn't just change how you see reality, it changes the very reality you experience. Okay, so here's the breakdown. On one hand, you've got the general path, al-tariq al-am. This is a path for everyone, a shared journey with clear rules. It's safe. But then there's the special path, al-tariq al-khas. And this is not a group activity. This is a solitary leap of faith into the deep end. It's for the few who don't just want to be told about reality. They want to know it for themselves. So what's the price of admission to this special path? The source calls it al-maut al-iradi, volitional death. Now, this isn't about dying physically. It's about making a conscious choice to let your ego, your attachments, all your old ideas about yourself just die. It's a complete spiritual rebirth. And the source claims this decision is even harder than facing actual death. So you've got to be wondering, right? If this special path leads to these incredible truths, why is it a secret? Why isn't this knowledge being shouted from every rooftop? Well, the reason the source gives is pretty stark and honestly kind of sobering. I mean, the speaker is brutally honest here. The truths found on this path are so radical, so far outside what we consider normal, that most people would have no way to even process them. It wouldn't look like enlightenment. To the outside world, it would look like you're committing heresy. So you see, the secrecy isn't about being part of some elite club or hoarding wisdom. It's a shield. It's not just to protect the teacher from being persecuted, but it's also to protect the listener from a truth that could be completely destructive if they're not ready for it. Okay, now we're getting to the biggest, most challenging idea in this whole text. It asks us to basically take everything we think we know about the afterlife, about what comes next, and just throw it out the window. You might want to brace yourself for this next part, because it's designed to shake things up. The source claims that our most common ideas about the hereafter, about what happens when we die, are built on a huge misunderstanding. The source puts it so simply, it's almost shocking. The hereafter is ar-raja, the return. It's not a journey forward to some new, unknown place. It's a journey back to a state you were in before you ever came into this world. This single idea completely flips our understanding of life from a straight line into a circle. To really get this, the source insists we have to understand this concept of al-raja. It's not just some interesting theory. It's presented as the master key. This idea is central in Shia eschatology, and it implies we're all just heading back to where we started. In fact, the text says that without this knowledge, you can't really prepare for the hereafter. It's like trying to pack for a trip when you have no clue where you're going. Okay, so that's a lot of high-level cosmic stuff, but what does any of it mean for us, right here, right now? Well, the source brings it all back down to earth and focuses on the one human quality that makes any of this possible: courage. To make this point real, the speaker tells this incredible personal story. He's driving towards a checkpoint that just screams danger. Everything in his body, every rational thought is screaming, "Stop, turn back." But an inner voice, an act of pure conviction, says, "Drive straight ahead." And by defying that fear, they passed right through the danger, totally unharmed, as if reality itself bent around their courage. And that's the core principle right there. Fear. Fear locks you into a predictable fate. It keeps you on a script that's already been written. But courage? Courage is an active force. It's like the pen that lets you rewrite the script as it's happening. This is the engine that drives that special path. To put it all in perspective, the source compares life's hardest choices. Marriage? That's a difficult decision. Choosing that special path with its volitional death? That's even harder. But the ultimate act of courage, the highest peak you can climb, is that conscious decision to die, whether it's spiritually or in the face of real danger, because that's the moment the soul is truly forged. And this all builds to one final unifying idea. The source claims that reality works kind of like a magnet. The things that happen in our lives aren't random. Our inner state, our courage, our fear, our good, our evil, is actively pulling its twin from the outside world. The evil we run into, it argues, is really just a mirror reflecting something we're holding on to inside. And so that's where we're left, with this final, really challenging thought. If this principle is true, then the world isn't something that just happens to us. It's a mirror. We're constantly co-creating our reality with our inner state. So the question isn't just, what is the world like? The real question is, when you look at your life, what is it reflecting back at you?